or do something like burn a Quran that could literally cause embassies to burn tomorrow in a dozen countries. I mean, it's like that's the world we're living in. Where were all the Muslims who are desperate to disavow jihadism? Three of us could say something on this podcast sufficiently provocative or do something like burn a Quran that could literally cause embassies to burn tomorrow in a dozen countries. I mean, it's like that's the world we're living in. The Muslim community the world over is uniquely combustible based on the significance of religious symbols. And they're not uniquely combustible. I mean, they don't, we've seen protest after protest over things like cartoons and the naming of a teddy bear. We have not seen protests, certainly not sizable ones, over what an outrage it is that groups like Hamas or Hezbollah or Al-Shabaab or Al-Qaeda or Lashkar-e-Taiba or Boko Haram or any of these jihadist and Islamist groups, over the fact that they have committed atrocities against now practically countless innocent people, most of whom are Muslim. Right? Like, how can you not have 100,000 people turning up in the streets of London to protest the Islamic State at its height? Where were those protests? Where were all the Muslims who were desperate to disavow jihadism in the face of the Islamic State? I mean, what you had people dropping out of medical school in London, people dropping out of the London School of Economics to go join the Islamic State, to take Yazidi women as sex slaves, and then bragging about it on Twitter, right? And where were the protests? No, the protests were over the Danish cartoons, right?
What's your point, Sam?
What the center of gravity for far too much of this community of 2 billion people in the world over, is around religious pride and humiliation, religious symbolism. It's not around the real consequential body count of, violence and peacemaking.